Hello and welcome back to RLCS Recap with your host Marky Two Butts. Today we're going over the ending of the spring regional number one, the spring open that happened this past week, and we're taking a look at the upper bracket semifinals and the lower bracket quarterfinals all the way through to the grand finals. See which team comes out victorious in this first regional in NA. Let's get into it. As we have Complexity go over against Optic in the upper bracket semifinals. This is where it turns into a best of 7 for the teams, and obviously since this is upper bracket, they still have another loss to give, or one loss to give away before they drop down to the lowers. So Complexity takes the 1-0 win in the first game. Another ball bouncing in front of the Optic net, and it will be 2 1-0 wins in a row for Complexity, as that is very quick and easy as you like, as defensively been a lot better than most would assume at the semifinal stage, as there's 2 goals for Optic as they start their series, their goals in the third game of the series, and we're already in game 4 after the kickoff. A nice little flick play over to CRR, and he's able to go above the last defender, put it into the net, and then makes it a 1-0 game. Still 4 minutes on the clock, though. Lots of time for Optic to come back. Still in the defensive half, trying to clear this ball. AJ is going to go for it, but he gets beat to it. And a nice save from the sidewall coming in, right, blocks that top corner, but can't clear out the ball fully, and it will be scored by Complexities as 2-0. You have to flick that ball. He couldn't get enough distance on to go to the corner, and that is a 3-0 bar down and in from a Complexity players. They've ran away with it a little bit in this fourth game, as that's going to be a 4th goal. Still 2 minutes remaining on the clock, looking less likely for Optic, as they're going to have to probably try to find something in game number 5 here, as that is number 5 goal. And AJG playing some defense will flick that away. The time being's in the corner, flicked up to him. He's going to try to leave that for Rezbels, who puts it in a nice spot for him, and he's able to find the shot. As a nice team play from all 3 players on Complexity linking up. You'll find that 6th goal, as that is a 6-0 drubbing for them, and Optic get the first goal of game number 5. They start off a lot better than the previous game, and CR will put that on target. And AJG is going to get the redirect, puts that away from the defender, who is going to make it a very easy save right there. But when you get a player coming across and making a deflection, it makes it a lot harder, as you can tell. And Optic do score again right off the kickoff, though. Rezbels with a 1-on-1, and he just waits for it. And HHE comes out of nowhere, and he's able to just put that into the goal as 20 seconds remain. Looking for a winner here. Magic Bear trying to dump that down and keep the pressure on from Optic. AGG is going to cut that out up in the air to Rezbels, and another redirection down towards CRR, though not on net, and that will be it, as they win 4-1, and so does Gen G. They will be facing off in the upper bracket finals, as we're on to the lower bracket quarterfinals. We're keeping with Optic and G2 here, as G2 beat Shot by Rebellion in the lower bracket round number 3. Still best of 7s for this the rest of these series, as we are into it with G2 winning the first game by 1-0. And AJ with a nice little play by himself, able to find the first goal in game number 2, start them off strong. As Optic playing some defense now. Magic Bear will push that out, just gets a little bit away from him, and Chicago's going to be able to capitalize on that, and that is a tie game with 3 minutes to go. We're going to have to kick off too, and it's scramble for the ball, and Reynolds is able to put it in and give Optic the lead again in this game. Reynolds is going to dump that down into the corner. Atomic to try to find a nice crossfield pass, able to find it, no one blocks it out, and into the back wall we go. Chicago's going to try to come back, play a little defense now though, and it goes just around Atomic and couldn't backflip into the ball and stop that one from going in back post. And there's a 3-1 game right off the kickoff too, trying to find another shot, can't quite get it though, comes off the ceiling over to Chicago. Oh, and it's blocked by Reynolds, and that's just an empty net, so for 4-1 with a minute remaining just about, as the ball tried to clear up to half field. Atomic shot on goal, blocked way into the corner. It goes, AJ first to it, and gets a nice 50 though from a G2 player, and that is 4-2 to G2. Cut the lead in half. 40 seconds remaining, is not all gone, and a nice demo comes through, and that's going to just go in off the corner and in for 3 with a nice setup play though right off the kickoff, the 1-2, and makes it a 5-3 game. Is that looking a lot better for them with just 10 seconds remaining, and that is going to be number 6 goal, as Optic take the lead, or take the game 6-3, and the series is tied right off the beginning of the game. Reynolds into the corner. He's able to find a nice little quick play via the corner. Bounces in and nice. Just going to put that on target. Makes it a 1-0 game. No more boost for Atomic. Gets dumped down into his own corner. JNAPS has to go across his own net, but he can't quite find it. And that will be a 2-0 game to Optic so far. As JNAPS going to pump that one upfield. And he's able to find Atomic, and the third player is coming for that, but doesn't quite get to it before Atomic. He had a lot of space to aim for the empty net. He's always going to put that on target. Just in third man, not thinking they'd be so quick. That they would be so quick, and G2 was able to tie it up again as we were into overtime. Right off the post, and it goes right across the goal line. No one able to finish though for G2, and Chicago back on the ceiling. Use the flipper set. It passes across with it, and JNAPS there for the putaway, as that is a 2-1 lead to G2. Game number 4 now. Reynolds up in the air, able to get back to the ball, to the ceiling, gets bumped out of the way. Ball still hanging dangerously though, and another player will come and clean that up right off the kickoff with a bump coming through. Reynolds going to bump him out of the way, and another shot on target as quick. 2-0, 1-2, just as quick as you like. G2 trying to find some pressure here, but a demo comes through, and that was the last defender, wasn't it? He's going to have to be put on off the top of the goal and down, as that is 3-0 Chicago. Up in the air, goes over AJ. Can he find anything? Oh, and it goes in off a Optic player, but they still win 3-1 as we are into game number 5. Looking like this might go the distance, and a nice little air dribble goes in off. I think the defender almost cleared it, but it was still went in. So that is 1-0 with a minute remaining to G2. Reynolds trying to win 50, goes up, and AJ can get to it, but he only has 5 boosts, so he only really dump it down. Leaves it for Reynolds, so there's enough boost, and he puts that on target, and we are into overtime in game number 5. As ball played down dangerously over G2's goal, and another one comes back real quick and a save off the goal line, but it can't be saved again as 2 players right there almost had it, but just not enough. As we are into game number 6, Optic on match point here to continue as they get 1 shot on target, and that's able to give them the lead in this game. Still most of the game remaining. Chicago's going to dump that one up, gets down for his troubles, and down from Atomic over the JNAPS, can't quite find it. Reynolds to the corner now, tries to hit it up over the ceiling, and the demo's player on the way there too, as well. As that is a 2-0 lead with a minute remaining. Ball popped out into the middle, and they're able to get 1 back, but that will be it as we are into the upper bracket final between Complexity and Gen G. See who's going to the grand final and has that, going to have that advantage of needing to be beaten twice, as it is with the grand final, since one of these teams would not have lost yet this regional. So if whoever comes out on top is going to get that advantage, and the other team is going to go down into the lower bracket final. As Gen G take a 2-0 lead and looking to make it a 1-0 lead is Complexity, and they're able to find one as just seconds remain. They're trying to apply the pressure, get one more. CRR into the corner, can't quite read those, got no more boost, and that goes down, and that bounces up right at the 1 second. So that's going to be a 3-1 victory for Gen G. They start off quite strong. As the ball played into the corner, AJG's there. He's going to dump that one back on target, and no one's able to clear that. As Red Bulls playing some defense now. It's Complexity. Apparently Jack's got the ball. Flipper set. Can he use it? Well, oh, nice block on the pass to Chronic, but ball still not exactly clear. Chronic down, and oh, and the third player as well. Apparently Jack, I think, stayed as well as Nolly, and that will be an easy 2-0 game for Complexity. The CR going back into goal, has to dodge a demo. Now he's not in a great position, but no more boost on the Gen G player, but he leaves it for a teammate coming in right off the kickoff, though. They're able to tie it back up just like that. It's still about half the time remaining in the game. Apparently Jack's going to jump that one down at all, and that just goes in off the defender, but that was going to bounce in anyway unless someone clears that, so he had to try to make a touch on there, but wasn't in the goal enough to flip to the left and get it out. But Complexity do get the first goal of game number 4 as Gen G win that 2-1. As played with a nice little pass to Chronic, he's able to put that on target as we are into overtime for game number 4. Nolly pinch that over the goal, and right in front is apparently Jackson. He gets blocked. Now we're going the other way. Res Bulls and Chronic demos one, but it can't be saved though, as that is 2-1 to Complexity. As right off the kickoff, the pressure is back on from Nolly. Down, can he find that angle? Yes, he can, and Gen G take the lead. Game number 5. Nolly plays it over into the middle. And now the pressure's on from Complexity. Saved off the post, but double commit comes through. No one's in goal, and that will be a tying goal for game number 5 from Complexity. As Res Bulls playing some defense, trying to dodge that bump. He's able to do so, but they only push the ball and where the other team is, and they play it back infield. And right there, again, right off the kickoff, another goal comes through. This game is CRR looking for it, can't quite find it, but it's already on target, and 20 seconds remain. Complexity looking for another goal as they play it up in the air from AJG, up still dangerously above the goal. Red Bulls plays a little bit high and doesn't have a lot of boost, but CRR is there, and that is into overtime. We go for the second time in a row. Nolly is playing that in the corner, can't quite find a way through. Bailey Jack's going it slow, jumps over one, pinches the ball into the middle, drops down to the 18, and Nolly is there, front and center, and he's able to put it in, give them the 4-3 win on the game. They're looking at match point right here for Gen G, going to the upper bracket, looking to go into the grand final. Nolly plays it down to Chronic, is able to put that in right off the defender, goes posting in, so he can't keep it out. As CR looking for some payback of himself. A nice little backflip off the back of his car. Goes in. Oh, no, it doesn't. As it hits the crossbar with a nice save. Bounces down, though. Comes back to CR, and he's able to put it in. It's AJG trying to pass the Res Bulls, but they're on the defensive now. Apparently, Jack's got the flipper set and gets blocked out, but it stayed right into Chronic's path, and that goes barred down and in as well. As Gen G retake the league. A minute 30 remaining. Res Bulls into the corner, not a lot of boost. Apparently Jack can't quite find it though, and it just goes in, as they're not expecting him to miss it there. It's unfortunate for him, and with a minute remaining, it's tie game. Anyone's to take, as AJG wins a couple 50s, 16 boosts. Going to play that into the middle for CAR. Yes, there it is, and right into the top corner. We are going to game number 7 with these two teams. See which team going to be able to get into the grand final right now. Is this the first best of 7 we've seen so far in the end of this, in these videos? The end for spring so far. This is the best of this is game number 7, the first one. There might be some more, especially in the grand finals, if these two teams could potentially go up again in the grand finals as a one apiece. The ball played dangerously, but demo comes through on the third man. AJG up top, and with the demo coming through, leaves enough space, and they're able to win 2-1. And also, Optic beat Space Station, and they're facing Gen G in the lower bracket final for a chance to go into the grand final as the team that's going to need to win 2 best of 7s against Complexity. Here's Gen G start off strong with 1-0. Looking for another one, looking for another one is where the first goal is Optic, and they're able to find it. As Reddles now trying to play some more offense and can't quite find it. AJ is also a little bit slow on the play, but he's gives it up to him, and he's able to find that as they are winning 2-1 now with 20 seconds remaining, and can't quite be cleared out of their own zone is Gen G. And a little bit of a mix-up with the ball still not exactly cleared as Reddles keeps the pressure on, and he's going to turn around on it off the corner, and it goes in with a nice shot. There's a 1-0 to Optic as Chronic to the back wall, and it's not cleared away, but no one is there for the time being. Now they push that over to Chronic, who's going to pump that just a little bit up, just push it up, and he finds a teammate, and that is going to be a goal for Gen G as they start us up in game number 2 as well. Chronic into the corner, air dribbling, the ball leaves it over. Apparently Jack back post, and he's there for the put away as it is a 2-0 game with a minute 10 remaining. Nolly into the corner. Gonna have to bow out here as a couple players in the same space. They're buying their time here as they have the goals on their side, and they're trying to stop it now, and they can't quite do that, but it is a 2-1 win for the boys of Gen G, and 1 apiece is the series. Nolly in the corner himself. The flipper set, not a lot of boost left, but it played enough where he was able to push the defender, or the defender couldn't get a good clearance on it, and that drops for his teammate. And then it's a 1-0 game, and straight off the kickoff, another goal comes through, and AJ trying to air dribble and cut this lead in half, and he's able to do so. So that's 2-1 now to Genji. The ball played dangerously from Optic. Is that just going to go through the two defenders? Yes, it will, and there's 2s apiece. 50 seconds remaining. Red Elves trying to play some defense here as they just came back, and not the greatest of clearances that played up in the air. Can now find the gap? Yes, he can. Back post, and that is 3-2 win for Genji. Getting to game number 5 right off the kickoff, and Optic trying to play that downfield, but a nice infield pass, able to beat Red Elves, and can they put it on target? Yes, they can, and that is a 2-0 lead for Genji in this, as they cut the lead in half with a nice shot, goes into an empty net. A nice setup play by Optic. Genji trying to apply more pressure and able to find it and capitalize on that pressure, as it is 3-1 to Genji with just still half the time left to go in the game. Reynolds plays that down to AJ, and his nice shot on target beats a couple players, goes right through him, and that is 3-2. Still about half the time remaining. Lots of goals left in this, I assume, as AJ goes down underneath the last defender in 2 minutes remaining. And another shot comes through, and it goes barred down and in, out with a triple commit coming through. You don't see that very often. And it goes in from AJ as they're scrambling to clear it, and they can't quite find it. There's a minute remaining still. Apparently Jack on the offensive now steals the boost into the corner, bumps one out of the way. Can they get by the second one? Yes, they can. Goes up, and AJ has no more boost. All 3 of them had 0 boost, so not a great situation of being for Optic, and they tie it up, and we are into overtime for game number 4. Apparently Jack's going to flip reset, by a couple, and Reynolds gets bumped in the air too, and it's just going to go in from that. His unlucky play, gets bumped in the air and taken away a little bit farther than he can recover from, and Genji on match point here to go into the grand finals, as that is Nali with a air dribble and nice flipper set, but air dribble flick into the ball, I believe. I don't know, maybe it was a flipper set into it. Magic Bear is going to leave that for AJ down, up, back to himself, and he's just going to air dribble that past the last couple of players, and we are into overtime yet again for this one, as Reddles dumps that one down. Can't quite find it, though, so it's going to be blocked away, and can't quite push that back into the corner, and Chronic up to apparently Jack, saved off the line, but it can't be cleared, and Genji will beat them 4-1, and they will come back to face Complexity in the rematch. Gonna have to beat them 2 best-of-7s, and they start out strong. They're right off the kickoff with a goal coming straight away, and right off the kickoff again, Nolly up in the air, down to the back wall, and Nolly, can he put that in the back post? No, he can't. It's CRR, nor boost, and Chronic goes over HAG, and that is going to be another goal for Genji with a nice pressure in the beginning couple seconds of the game. The first game is a nice way to start off, as AJG is going to just dink that one over the last defender as well, and that is a 2-1 game now, and Chronic to the sidewall, back down in front of net, and cleared away by Reswell's got a lot of space and boost to work with as well, and he's just going to air dribble that one to the corner, bar down, or off the back wall, and then played down into danger and capitalized on by Complexity players. 1 minute 30 remaining. Now they're trying to air dribble that in. Now we're boost and can't flick it in, as AJG up in the air. Resbulls with a nice redirect yet again, as he's had a couple of these in the last series, and that goes bar down and in to give them the lead in this game with 40 seconds remaining. Complexity looking for another one too, and almost goes in right off the corner. CR not a lot of boost, but the ball's still being played in Genji's half, and that's going to be a nice passing play from them again, and that is a 4-2 win in this first game for Complexity, scoring 4 unanswered goals. Gotta feel good about that, as Nolly in the sidewall plays it down to Chronic in the middle, and he's able to capitalize on that as they score first again in this second game. As the ball dumped down by CR, pushed away by Chronic, and Nolly is just going to dump that one down. Can he get to it? Reswell's, no, he can't, and that is another 2-0 lead for Genji, and looking to come back as AJG, and can't quite find it though. Ball still not cleared though. AJG down and plays at a slow game, and no, it can't be clear. There's no more boost on Genji. Whoever was in goal on the line, I believe, didn't have enough boost to get up to that. It was else, obviously that's an easy save, but he played it down to the ground first, so that it bounces up. But it is a 3-1 game now. So Genji stopped them scoring for the time being, in 1 minute remaining. It's not a whole lot of time to get 2 goals, but looking for one real quick, and they're able to get one with 45 seconds remaining. Definitely doable Ball played up into the air, and Nolly's just going to put that on target, and that is a 4-2 win for Genji this time, as they hold on to their lead this game. And another shot comes through on target from Genji in the beginning to kick us off with a goal. 2 minutes remaining. Res Bulls up in the air trying to find CR. Is able to find him, plays back down off the ceiling. 2 Res Bulls, and nice passing play. Link up between the two, and there's a 1-1 game. And Res Bulls goes underneath 1, and 1 player to beat, and Chronic's got no more boost. Res Bulls steals it from him up to the ceiling, grabs the boost, leaves him in the dust, and he goes back post, and he's able to find that goal all by himself. Nice play from him with a nice dribble. And the ball not cleared right off the kickoff, and Genji tie it up. They're into overtime we go. Nolly up into the corner, tried to play that down. Nice save on that as he predicted where it was going to go, and it put away though, as right off the kickoff though, Complexity comes back straight away in game number 4 and get a goal right in the beginning as the ball played down dangerously, and the bump comes through. Sierra's got a lot of time, got 1 to beat. 1v1 against Nolly goes. Oh, it doesn't even have to flick into the ball as he had no more boost, so it just fakes it and goes underneath the defender who already jumped that, expected to go into the corner. And there's a 2-0 lead for them, and all 3 players coming through, and Genji able to find the gap between all 3 of them, and right almost in off the kickoff, and yes, it will be in. There's a 3-1 game for Complexity now. There's a minute 30 remaining. Apparently Jack's trying to play it into the corner. Can't quite find it though. Trying to get up to it, and he plays it into his own corner, but that's going to come back through into the middle for Res Bulls, and the 4-1 win for Complexity for game number 5 is AJG down to the corner. Oh, and blocked away by Res Bulls, but I don't think that was going into the bottom corner if I seen that correctly. But he leaves it for Res Bulls, comes through again, as that is a 1-0 game. So far, with a minute 20 left remaining, and Complexity still with the offensive pressure coming through. Res Bull's going to play that to the back wall. AJG up in there. Can he find it? Yes, he can, as that is the second and only goal in game number 5. And game number 6 played down in overtime already. It's Complexity win. They will be the champions, and Genji going to need to hold on for game number 7. The CRR flicks it up in there, trying to get a bump, and Res Bull's bar down and off the defender, and that is it. Complexity are the champions of the Spring Regional number 1, and they will be victorious, and we will see you for EU's Spring Regional number 1. Make sure to stay tuned.